Alright, so summary for Tiny Epic Quest. Now, first off, should mention my wife and I have absolutely loathed every single other Tiny Epic game we have played.
Yeah.
So take this with that in mind when we say this one is actually really cool. We actually really like this one. It maintains the rules, simplicity, and ease of understanding of a light filler game without actually feeling like a light filler game. Also, you say the words push your luck in that order, and I say not interested, pick something else. And yet, it actually really works for this. It actually somehow doesn't feel like pushing my luck, which is not something I like, as I literally have none. As you saw at the end of gameplay, oh look, I just killed literally everyone. Great.
But
awesome.
I got my mushroom, but it means
That's
nothing.
so cool. You know, that is what I do in push your luck games. The world explodes, my house burns down around me, and just everything is a sad ball of suck. And yet, it doesn't feel like it here. It really doesn't feel like push your luck. It feels like strategizing somehow. Like doing the math, figuring out, okay, I can have completely optimized my turn with this one additional result and blah, blah, blah. And, if I spend my energy here, I won't have it here, but it will guarantee this and, so on and so forth. I guess there's enough mitigation and such going on that, like I said, push your luck doesn't feel like push your luck quite so much. I mean, there is a point, as you saw, where you can push it, stupid far, but also keep in mind that that kind of result is going to be much less likely in higher player count games, where there's more people for the goblins to circle. But by the same token, it's longer before it gets back to your turn, and you can finally rest and get out of there. So it balances out. But the additional people to shield you from goblins is really nice,
Yes.
to say the least. But yeah, no, this works really well as feeling like a compact adventure of sorts. Definitely not a dungeon crawl or anything to that nature. You're not going to feel essences of Descent or anything. More like, really, what it's obviously an homage to, The Legend of Zelda. That's really, really what the game is channeling. Zelda. And yes, I realize you crawl around in dungeons on Zelda, but forget those. Just the overworld parts, okay? That's all we're talking about here, not the dungeon parts. Anyway, and it's pretty terrific to have one of your little meeple guys, with your master sword in one hand, and I forget, did the shield ever even have a name?
I don't know.
It probably did in one of the games, but if so, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it's Tiny Link, except definitely not Link, because that would be a massive trademark, copyright, whatever it is, infringement.
I like your archer with his potion in one hand.
Right?
All I have
Explain
is a
that
grave
one.
digger.
Maybe he's firing potions.
Pew, pew, pew. Maybe
He's
they're,
Hawkeye.
maybe they're
potion
fire
arrows.
potions.
No, they're just potion arrows. He's Hawkeye. The most useless Avenger. Aww. Anyway, so to the game. Yeah, the fighting's fun. The temple exploration's fun. It's a neat little puzzle trying to figure out how you're going to get where you're going to go. Anticipating what type of movement card the other people are going to pick and making use of that. And it really works. Now, they could have made the box a teeny tiny bit larger, because it is difficult times a million to actually get everything back in the box effectively. But, minor gripe.
Well,
really...
and it's not even the worst game about that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Kanban, but that box does not like to stay shut.
That's the Plano box.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd do it, but that game really needs a Plano.
Yeah, I'm not playing
They could have made it a tiny bit taller.
Anyway, back to Tiny Epic.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, it all just really kind of works out there. The thing with the spell levels is neat, especially when you get your sorcerer staff thing unlocked. You can really start pushing it to crazy levels.
Right.
bouncing your spells all around. And
You can end up like me. Die before you can make any spells happen.
but, the goblins and the quests are going to be the real biggies
Point
for the
things,
points.
yeah.
The spells are neat because of your increased energy storage and some extra points, obviously. And if you, do it strategically, jumping a lot of levels at once, you can max them out without a huge ton of effort, though potential death, as you saw. So yeah, no, really, this one was finally Tiny Epic done right. Now, if you happen to
Done the
like
way we
the
were
other
hoping
Tiny
for.
Epic games, well, more power to you. We just found them to be some of the most ridiculously boring. I mean, it's like doing the same math problem for half an hour. You've got 2 plus 3, and you get to solve it over and over and over for half an hour. Unlike a full-on Euro game where you've got like 2 or 3 sheets of math problems, and you can solve them in whatever order you want, and when you solve one, it gives you a clue to another one. And
Leaving Earth.
oh man, Leaving Earth. Love that game. Anyway.
I'm
So,
sorry. I keep
yeah,
sidetracking
no,
you.
but if you like the others, great. Chances are you're going to like this one too. And like I said, in my opinion, it is the high water mark. It's where Tiny Epic finally becomes epic, to my mind.
And if you didn't like the other ones, give this one a shot.
Yeah, it's only like $15-20. Hey, I remembered to mention the price.
Woo!
Good for me with my disease-addled brain. Speaking of which... Okay, was any of that visible?
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of which, yeah, I think that about sums up this summary. So, in summation, get off your computer or mobile device or what have you and go play some more games.